What I remember is, standing at the main corner and remember seeing her go past. It was bumper to bumper, because as a kid I just pushed my way to the front so I could see, because I couldn't see over all these heads,
Mum and Dad, you had a buckboard ute then, and we just parked front in front of James Hill. And we seen the Queen go past, and give her a wave, and that was very exciting.
Well, the Queen's visit was actually on a Friday. How do I know it was a Friday? Because I was in grade 7 and I was a girl guide, and so we had a weekend camp. So after the Queen had gone, we went off camping for the weekend. So I remember that.
All I can remember that the kids had to wait so long down at Vansittart Park. The plane came in and had to go out there, and then she had to come in. And I was there for hours waiting.
Came in Vansittart Park, and on the back of a Land Rover, they stood up there and they went around the oval once or twice.
I was very disappointed because the Queen, it was a very dull day, and the Queen had a dull green frock on, and I thought, this is not the Queen, it can't be. She should have a crown.
And I made those little white caps for my boys to wear down into Vansittart Park. I made about half a dozen because some of the other mothers couldn't sew.
And the girls had a red skirt and a white blouse and a blue, like an Air Force little cap. So I don't know who made those because we were all given those, but our mothers, the skirts were 2 pieces of material and you sewed up the ends, and then you did a couple of rows around the waist, and then you put the elastic in so that it, gathered it up to fit that person's waist, and then you turned up the hem. White socks and black shoes.
Yes.
So...
And she went up and planted a tree up at the lakes.
But the tree that she planted was, when you go up to around the Blue Lake, there's a roundabout up the top, and it wasn't a roundabout then, but...
Yes, this would be in the front of the gateway going into the caravan park. I was a builder. I built 2 walls here, I think. She put a hat in one. I think it was a hat or a scarf. Took it off her head and dropped it in the cavity. And she took a sort of bangle off and put it in the mortar joint. She said she wouldn't like me to go to London and build her some walls at Buckingham Palace in the garden. She said she'd grow roses over them. But I said, I've got nowhere to stay. Oh, she said, we've got rooms in the stables. I thought, Christ, you're going to give a bloody horse to cuddle.
I was actually in hospital as a patient, and when the Queen came, I can't remember how we got there, but they wheeled our beds out. Lots of patients around up this bit of a driveway and around the circular bit in front of the main entrance to that old hospital, and there were steps up to it, so it was quite imposing. So I was there in the bed, and we must have had flags or something, and the Queen and the Duke came up that driveway in the car, and he leans out of the side and says, hello, to me, and I just about died.
Yeah, we went there, we were up the lakes here. Well, before she come past, well, it wasn't a tank or anything like that, but it might just as well have been, because it was armed officers. They come up first. I said, I'm not, I'm a Republican, I'm not. And the authorities didn't like that, and they were watching me. That is fact.
Oh gosh, we all went mad. Everybody went mad.